Well, this morning, Oak Ridge is pausing to remember the Japanese city of Hiroshima.
That's because the Y-12 plant produced the uranium that fueled the atomic bomb that destroyed the city back in 1945. WBIR 10 News reporter Sean Franklin joins us from the remembrance ceremony happening this morning. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, a very beautiful and solemn ceremony here. I want to give you a look. They're reading some names right now of some of the folks who unfortunately passed away from the bomb. And of course, this bomb was dropped over Hiroshima in 1945 during World War II. And as they read these names, they've made these paper cranes here. And so the volunteers are actually taking them and they are walking them over to where they're hanging them right here. And it's just a really beautiful ceremony, a way to remember the folks here who unfortunately lost their lives. They're also reading some accounts from survivors that they hope will help persuade the world to abolish nuclear weapons. Each year, the mayors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which is the other Japanese city that was hit with an atomic bomb, call for the abolishment of nuclear weapons. They're hoping that the world will listen.
We try to do this event in solidarity with the survivors of Hiroshima, who every year issue a peace declaration and ask the world to look at what happened so that it will never happen again. So our message here is we remember so that we don't have this horror ever visited on anyone again.
So once again, a really solemn and very non-confrontational event here going on. They're hoping that if you do want to bring your kids out, that you'll know that there is some descriptive language and some of the accounts that the survivors are giving that you may want to know about, maybe warn your kids about, because it was obviously a very violent and terrible day in Hiroshima. So that's going to go on until 9 a.m. today. They've also got a pretty cool way of connecting with Hiroshima today. They're going to use Facebook Live to be able to talk to a couple of friends there that are going through some of the events there to remember this day over the Pacific Ocean. Guys, back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you.